Welcome back to Vor's Fiscal Media Rant. I'm Vanessa and he's Charles. Don't forget to like our video. It lets us know that you actually like the content that we are putting out. It also helps YouTube algorithm get more of our videos out there for people like you. Don't forget to comment down below if you've seen any of these movies, heard of any of these movies, own any of these movies, and let us know how much you love these movies. And keep subscribing.
Yes, welcome. Welcome. We are back. Took a short hiatus. Son came in town from Carolina. He's in the military, as if anybody don't already know.
Yep.
But him and his wife came in. Yes, he just recently got married. So congratulations on that part, I guess. I guess on his end, I guess. I'm not big on the whole marriage thing. Been there, done that, got divorced, and
Twice.
just with the one women, obviously.
Yeah.
But you got to go through that to get to the good. I've always said that. You got to go through the hell to get to the good. So, but anyway, happy belated 4th. But this video, we're back on track. This is what we are going to be watching in the month of July.
Yes.
So it involves more or less Shark Month. It has creatures, land and water, animals, stuff like that.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and get started. We got a pretty decent stack. This one I would recommend picking up. The full moon sale is on at the moment, so there's no excuse to why you shouldn't be able to pick it up because it's pretty much slashed in half.
Yeah.
Very good prices. But this is the root of all evil. This reminds me of Critters. The one that actually does roll, which I thought was funny.
One rolls. We started busting up laughing.
But you need to pick this up. It's Seed People. One thing I like about Full Moon is there's no CGI in their movies, which a lot of times that ruins a movie, aka James Cameron.
Yeah.
Next up is Shark Bait. Love this movie.
Very good movie.
It actually was a pretty good movie. We got this at Walmart.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who've seen this movie like in stores complain because the shark is not as big as what's on the cover, but you could never, like reading a book, never judge a book by its cover. Same thing. This was actually a really good movie.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty decent.
Don't
it ain't like
sit on
your
it.
normal cheesy Walmart
like
movies.
Sharknado. I mean, I know there's a cult following for that movie. I don't know why, but there is. But that's all to you. If you love that movie, that's great.
This movie basically, a bunch of friends go to Mexico, party, get drunk. They figure they'd stay up all night. And two guys figured they seen 2 jet skis, figured they'd break in, steal the keys, and let's all of us go out onto the ocean on jet skis. And they figured they played chicken, and bam, pretty much then on you can pretty much tell what's going to happen.
Yep.
But it's once Shark gets in, it's intense from beginning to end.
Yes,
especially towards the end. It's actually a pretty solid movie. I rather enjoyed it because I'm wary of picking up movies like that also, but do not sleep on this one.
Yeah,
it's actually a
really
pretty good
one.
movie. Yeah. Next up is a weird movie. I know a lot of people don't like the Cronenbergs, but I am a fan. She was not. Now she is. She's gonna learn to be, at least. But living with me, she got to learn to be a Cronenberg fan, and I introduced her to one, and she actually enjoyed it.
I did.
It's weird, but obviously any Cronenberg film is weird.
Right.
And this is David Cronenberg's Shivers. I'll let you tell them what this movie's about.
So this, well, let me open this steelbook because the steelbook is not really nice looking. It's a restaurant film. So pretty much there's this, I don't want to say creature, but he kind of is like a creature, like gets into your system and turns you into some like sex mania addict and then goes like on a killing spree. That's pretty much what this thing does to you.
It looks like a leech, kind of.
Yes.
But I like the direction he took with it. I mean, I thought, he's a good actor. We just recently seen him in a movie.
Nightbreed, actually.
Nightbreed, he was in it, which a lot of people shit on that one, and I'm a Clive Barker fan through and through. Lord of Illusion is by far my favorite. I really enjoyed Nightbreed because it's different.
Yeah.
I like different movies. I always have.
Yeah.
And I like to introduce her to different movies that she hasn't seen or never heard of. And
a good like 90% of the time, I think or at least 99% of the time, I like the movies.
Yeah.
There's like his son, Brandon Cronenberg. I watched Infinity Pool. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just didn't understand it. But I am so willing to give it another shot, to rewatch it, especially after watching his father. So I kind of, have more an idea of what the Cronenbergs are about. But I'm excited.
Yeah. Speaking of getting excited, this next one is actually from MVD. It's part of the 4K LaserVision collection. You don't know, it's like special movies they put it into collections, about $35 price tag, but they do such great transfers. This is actually a DC character.
Yes.
Which is cool, but it's the original Swamp Thing. And if you have not picked this up yet, you need to. Transfer is on point.
Solid.
We shouldn't have to tell you what Swamp Thing's about. Everybody and their brother should know about this by now, I would think.
You would think.
But with that one, involves the next one, which a lot of people do not like, but I thought it was funny.
It was very funny.
But the return of Swamp Thing. I know it's not as good as the original, but still it was very entertaining. That little black kid and that little chubby kid.
Yeah.
Them two brought the humor to it.
Yeah, they brought a lot of humor to it. And I like that the guy who played Swamp Thing, he did a really good job in it.
Oh, he did. I mean, a lot of people don't like it, but the transfer was really good also. Next up is a movie I love. She Fell Asleep.
I wasn't trying to.
I guess she had a hard day at work again.
No, I didn't have enough caffeine in my system that night.
But this is such a great movie. It's from the 70s. Of course, all the great movies came from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. But this Severin did this movie. It was a little pricey, but like most Severin movies are, well worth the price though. Transfer looked great.
Yes, it did.
Grizzly.
Eventually, we're gonna buy the second one.
Yes.
And then here's the back. I mean, wouldn't you be scared shitless if this thing was coming at you?
Yeah. I really enjoyed that movie. Next movie, she picked this one out. I think the title does not redeem itself, but it's more about an oil rig compared to an actual shark.
Yeah.
If it would have been based on an oil rig, the whole movie, instead of the shark not being in it so much, they focused more on the rig.
Then they did.
And they talked about it, but not actually.
You saw it here and there.
Here and there.
So it is the Black Demon.
I mean, we only paid $5 for
Yeah,
this,
I mean, it looked really good when we saw the previews of it. I'm happy it's another movie about a megalodon, that there's megalodon in it, I should say. But it wasn't enough to be about the megalodon. You know what I mean? Like, you watch Meg, you know that movie is about a megalodon. You know.
Yeah.
Or the movie Megalodon. There's a movie out there called that too. It's about the megalodon. When you see this on the screen, you're expecting to see this more in the movie, and you don't. That's the only bad thing about that one.
Next up is a movie I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, because I did not like the first one whatsoever. She said how good it was, and I watched it, and I'm like, this movie really isn't that good. I'm talking about Tremors. I know it might offend a lot of people, but I just did not care for it. I like Kevin Bacon in certain movies. He's like not one of my go-to actors, because there ain't too many movies of his I like. I mean, really. Story of Echoes, Footloose,
Right.
and Friday the 13th, obviously. The
Hollow
first
Man.
one. Oh, yeah, he's in Halloween, isn't he?
Hollow Man. And
Oh,
Halloween.
Man. Oh, yeah,
He's in Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Hollow Man, that's right.
Hollow Man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies with him in. A lot of people don't like certain scenes in that movie, which I thought that movie is so much better than The Invisible Man. See, she liked The Invisible Man, I did not.
Right.
I liked Hollow Man. Hollow Man was a lot better, I thought.
That's why we still have Invisible Man in our collection.
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna
I
give
like
it
him.
another try. I probably won't change my view. Usually, once I get a view on a movie, it does not change.
Normally doesn't.
But I actually did enjoy this one. I tried to talk her into the DVD collector's
I told her
edition,
no.
but she didn't want to work with me.
I wanted the 4K. And I wanted the 4K
this is
box
her
set.
movie, so I'll let her talk about this one.
Tremors 2. Aftershocks. I love these movies.
I actually enjoyed that one. That one was actually funnier than the first one.
Yes. I've seen 1, 2, and 3. The fourth one I believe I've seen, but then after that I haven't seen any of them because I think they got really cheesy.
I've seen one, and that the first one wasn't. The first one was cheesy.
I know, but I meant like cheesy, like something like you're like, oh, this is definitely a Walmart title. You know what I mean? And then of course you get your little poster, and you get your wonderful booklet, which has got your new Tremor on it. I really love these movies. I grew up watching them, and we would either watch them for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. I know it's really weird, but that's what my mom and Sip did. We would just watch them. I love this movie. I know we're weird. That's okay. Let's move on to the next one.
Next is one of the greatest summer blockbusters of all time. And then there's another one. But this we just watched last night. Starring Tom Cruise. I mean, what other actor other than Nicolas Cage has banger after banger? Not Nicolas Cage every single movie.
No, but
no matter if Nicolas Cage is in it, just him alone brings the star power. You know he's gonna kill it, even though if the movie sucks. But this one doesn't have Nicolas Cage in it, surprising.
No.
But it does have Tom Cruise in it.
And it has Val Kilmer in it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, about Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer's a prick in this movie.
You
know him with Iceman. And of course you got Goose. And of course
Maverick.
Maverick.
Good old Maverick.
He was cocky though.
Yeah, well, Tom Cruise is cocky, so it fits him very well. It was so nice to actually go back and actually watch this movie because I haven't seen this movie in like such a long time.
The picture was pretty good. I thought Paramount did pretty good on this one.
No, Dolby Atmos was perfect.
Yeah, Dolby Atmos it was definitely loud. You heard everything. It was definitely loud on them damn jets. But yeah.
Yep.
Next up is a movie starring Chris Hemsworth about Moby Dick. We just figured because it takes place, a lot of movies took place in the water, we put it in, but this has a whale in it, so in the heart of the sea.
I mean, we have more movies that deal with the ocean in our collection. We just chose certain ones because we had like a huge list. And so we picked and choose the ones, like we picked ones we hadn't seen or just came in that we haven't seen in a long time, type of a deal.
But next is the movie from back in the day. I was so glad to get this. They just kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it.
I figured we weren't getting it.
And then we finally got it, and it's coming out of Cape Lake Pictures, which I am a fan of them. Starring Paul Walker. You don't know who that is. Fast and Furious, obviously. Not Vin Diesel. Jessica Alba, you know who that is. Fantastic Four for me. Honey for her, which
that's what came to mind for some reason.
Into the Blue. I guess I'll let you reiterate kind of what this movie is about.
So this movie's pretty much about, I guess, treasure hunting, really. If you think about it, they are trying to find things at the bottom of the ocean floor, because normally when you get big, huge storms, a lot of things that were buried under the sand are no longer buried underneath the sand, so you can find things. Well, they come across something they probably shouldn't have came across, which is a plane with cocaine in it. So they're trying to steer clear of that and find other things, and then they get wrapped up in getting the damn drugs and, you know, back and forth.
They weren't in the White House with it.
No, they weren't in the White House.
I don't know, they found a white substance.
Yeah, I know. But that's pretty much what this movie's about.
Great movie. Don't sleep on it. Definitely pick it up. Not a very high price either. It's about $15.
Yeah, especially because originally it was out on Blu-ray and that went completely out of print. So.
And they brought it back out. Transfer looks pretty good on it. I thought.
I thought it did too.
But next up, we picked an animated movie. The movie we have not seen. It's a DreamWorks movie. No, it's not a freaking Disney movie.
No.
Disney gets no love in this house. Not anymore.
No.
It might change eventually, but.
But if we do watch Disney, it's going to be like the old school Disney.
Old school Disney. But this is Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken.
Yes.
And of course, they take some shots at Disney in this anyway.
Obviously, you can tell.
very easy to take shots at Disney. I mean, come on, with the garbage they keep putting out.
I mean, I'm just excited to watch this one.
They ruined Marvel. They definitely ruined Star Wars. Because I'm a big Star Wars fan, but they left a bad taste in my mouth with the shit they're doing. So they're going forward. We will not be watching Star Wars movies.
Just the old stuff.
The old stuff. I'm talking about going forward.
Yeah.
Because of who's behind it.
Yeah.
That's another whole video.
Yes.
But this is a good video. This is a great movie starring Blake Lively. If you don't know who that is, it's Ryan Reynolds' wife. I don't really care much for him, other than Deadpool. Well, Hugh Jackman's in it this time at least, so it's probably being more star power to it.
Right.
But I'm not a big Ryan Reynolds fan. I never have been. And we recently just got a announcement for Amityville remake, which I think is complete trash. The original was so much better. She likes the remake. I think it's garbage. Ryan Reynolds does not belong in a movie like that. There ain't too many movies.
I do agree with that.
There ain't too many movies that he really belongs in. He's kind of like a Will Ferrell to me.
Yeah.
Well, not. I don't hate him as much as I absolutely hate Will Ferrell. I think he's a freaking idiot.
Really hates Will Ferrell.
He just annoys. He's like, he tries to be funny, but he's not. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, that's about as far as I go. Because I'm not really a big fan of him. But I don't hate him on the level like a Tom Hanks, which I could just,
Yeah, you know how that goes. You've seen our channel.
But I think his wife does a wonderful job acting. She should be in more movies, I think. But this is a great shark movie. I know a lot of people shit on it, but of course, not every movie is as good as Jaws. You all need to move on from that.
Watch it for what it is.
Yeah, get the fuck over it and just move on. The Shallows. This is such a great movie. And the picture is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
So beautiful. I ain't talking about his wife. I'm talking about the actual backgrounds.
I mean, she is a pretty woman, though.
I know, but I was talking about the backgrounds. I wasn't talking about his wife. But next up is a movie from Lionsgate. You know how they like to do their slip stills, but the Stephen King movie. I do not like every single one of his movies. I actually only read one book of his, and it's It. Not the original It, because I think that is the biggest piece of trash. I don't like Tim Curry. I think he's a fucking fool. Bill Skarsgård makes him look like a bitch when it comes to being Pennywise. He is so much better.
Yeah, he did. He did a really good job.
He did a really good job. I know a lot of people are the original. I think the original was complete trash compared to the Bill Skarsgård version, I think.
Okay.
Especially It 1, great. Chapter 2 was really great. Controversial in the beginning of it, which I thought was rather entertaining myself, but that's how it was.
Right. I'm excited for the Welcome to Derry.
That's coming to Max, starring Bill Skarsgård. He is such a great actor. If you have not seen it, I'd have to ask you where you're at. The movies I like better than the other one. I guess you don't.
No, I do like Bill Skarsgård's It. You know, I mean, I like Tim Curry in certain things. Like Clue is one of them I like him in. You know, like certain things like that. But if I had to choose between the original and the new one, to be honest, I would choose the new one. Because it's so much, it's gorier, it's more ruthless. But the other one, you also have to remember, it was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, true.
So it couldn't have what Bill Skarsgård's version could.
Even if you brought that movie today and had Tim Curry do it versus Bill Skarsgård would knock it out of the park.
Well, yeah, because Tim Curry's too old.
Well, it doesn't matter if he was that age anyway. He's still a fucking idiot. But this one is actually The Mist.
Yes.
I know I'm not a Tim Curry fan. Never have been, never will be. But I don't hate him like I do Tom Hanks.
No. He'll watch Clue with me eventually. I said eventually. He doesn't. But I'm one of those people, because I know of actors in it that he doesn't really like, or he doesn't like the movie. At least he watches it once with me, and then he doesn't have to watch it again.
Casablanca.
Yeah, like that one. He doesn't have to watch that one again. But this is The Mist.
That movie was horrible.
I'm excited to watch this one because I don't believe I've actually watched this. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's a TV movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it on TV. No. Obviously, we have Top Gun. We're going to need Top Gun Maverick.
Yes. We actually have not seen this.
I refuse to go to the theater and see it because obviously we built our own home theater at home. So, and not fake Dolby Atmos, wannabe Dolby Atmos.
No,
True Dolby Atmos is what we have, not the bullshit fake like you're gonna something up there and it's really freaking not. We have the real shit.
Yes.
We have an LG OLED, which you cannot. There ain't above that, and Sony is not above that. No.
No, we took our time, decided what TV we wanted. To be honest, we were probably in Best Buy for what, 2 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours trying to figure out what TV we wanted to work.
Looking at Samsung. I refused with Sony because they're way overpriced.
Yep.
Their processor might be a little bit better, but it's not worth it compared to what I game a lot. So LG is better at gaming than I think PlayStation is, even though the new Sony TVs cater to the PlayStation 5, which I cater more to the Xbox than I do the PlayStation 5. Basically sits around and collects dust.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every now and then there will be a game I get excited about, like the new Astrobot. That's coming for PlayStation, but of course we got the new Gears of War coming for Xbox.
Yes,
so
I'm excited about that one.
I am definitely excited. This one rolled over because we didn't get to finish it last month since somebody had to choose movie month where it was movies were 3 to 4 hours long every movie. That was her. Well, not every movie is 3 to 4 hours, but a good portion of them were.
Yeah,
2.5 hours.
They were pretty long.
But this one had to roll over because I wanted to finish it. But it's Godzilla X Kong.
Yes. I'm excited because I want to know why he's pink now.
I like him better than blue, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. Well, I don't like pink, so.
I never liked pink.
Yeah. Yes, a girl coming out and saying she don't like pink. I don't like pink.
Yes, next is one of the greatest shark movies ever made. It always will be. I don't think anything will ever beat it.
No.
Quint is one of my favorite characters from this movie, and I just gave it away. If you don't have this yet,
you should have it by now.
Yeah, at least get the slipcover of it if you don't like the steelbooks.
Yeah.
But we just watched this movie today.
We did.
The picture is beautiful. It was always this movie is 1975. Has Dolby Atmos on it. Did it need Dolby Atmos? Probably not.
No.
I mean, it just gave it a little bit more of a sound stage, more or less. You got to hear the score a lot more.
Yeah.
So if you're into that type stuff, then definitely. They talked a little bit louder, but nothing like extravagant or like a boom here and there.
Right.
But and when the shark impacts the boat and whatnot, the orca.
Yep.
But of course, we're watching Jaws. Of course, we got to watch Jaws 2.
Here's the front, and here's the back. The only thing that I wish that they would have done is made this one like this, because the second one, and we'll be talking about the third one and fourth one, they have it where it's like the shark's version, like the mouth. I wish they had made this steelbook look like that, like, and have it like him going after the orca or something. That would have been like great, and they would have matched. But I understand that one because it's like the original one sheet and whatnot. But I definitely like these steelbooks.
Next one obviously is Jaws 3.
Hence why I said the shark's version.
I enjoyed this movie for what it was. Dennis Quaid was in it.
Yes, he was.
I really enjoyed this one. And next one, not so much. But we're getting it just to have it, the whole collection. We're going to watch it just to see what the transfer looks like.
Yes.
I'm excited to revisit it just for the transfer. I know the movie's not that great. A lot of people hate it. I'm not a fan of it either, but at least I have all 4 of them.
Yep. Which they don't come out till the end of this month. That's why I am showing you pictures of them.
Yes. Next up is a great movie that a lot of people shit on, which I don't understand why. Had a beautiful woman in it. Didn't you think?
Yep.
I mean, that draws you in. Well, possibly not, but to me it would. Any man with any common sense. But Great White. But that wasn't a draw. I mean, you put a pretty woman in a movie, that helps out a lot, don't you think?
This one was really good.
I really enjoyed it. I actually liked the pilot's friend until you get those 2
idiots.
You get the Chinese people on there, and her husband's like a total dickhead.
Yes.
I wish they would have threw his ass in the water.
Yeah.
I mean, he does get killed eventually.
Yeah.
I rooted for it.
He was,
I would have threw him off as soon as he got in the fucking boat.
Yeah.
Trust me, I
he
would have.
was annoying.
He was a total freaking prick. I did not like him at all. But it is a great movie. A very intense ending. You need to check it out. Don't sleep on it. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's also from the executive producers of 47 Meters Down. And that was a really good movie.
If you don't like that movie, I'd have to ask you what your problem was. That is such a great movie. Stupidity at its finest.
Yes.
But this is a great movie, I think. Joe Dante directed this. And you got these little fishies chomping at you. You should know what, right?
Yep. He knew they were coming because they had that.
I love that noise in that movie. But this is another movie you do not sleep on.
Yeah, definitely.
The transfer was really good. I thought.
I thought transfer was great.
I enjoyed
Screen
the hell
Factory did a wonderful job on it.
I enjoyed this movie. Roger Corman, obviously. Next movie I really enjoyed. This was a blind buy. And I speak very highly of this company. No, it's not Scream and Shout. I do speak highly of them, which I know pisses a lot of people off, which makes me do it even more.
Yep.
But Vinegar Syndrome. I know a lot of people shit on this too, but Vinegar Syndrome obviously still in business. They're still doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, because they do a really good job on their transfers.
Yeah.
They may not get, you know, the best movie out there. They could get some cheesy whatever movie. But those normally are like those hidden gems. Like there's certain ones, and this was definitely a hidden gem.
Yes. And the slipcover is so nice.
I'm surprised we still got it with a slip.
Primal Rage.
Yes. This movie was so good.
It was. Very good.
It's definitely worth your time and your watch. It's not very long, and it just kind of takes off, and that's it.
Yeah. Speaking of, from the creators of 47 Meters Down, we just recently watched this one.
47 Meters Down.
This is such a great movie.
Yes.
It's nerve-wracking.
Very nerve-wracking. I actually went and saw this in the theaters by myself. It's before I was with him.
I really enjoyed that movie. I really did. I mean, the dumbass. I would never get in a cage and go down with sharks. Somebody I hated, I'd make sure I'd get a plane trip, take them to Australia, have all the great whites over there, and put them down under. I'd make sure that cage door came unlocked. They can get in there and get them, and have a nice day. That coming up, I thought this one was a solid sequel.
Remake.
It ain't a remake.
Not
it's
a remake,
sequel.
You know what I meant.
I enjoyed it. 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. I wish we'd get a third one, but
yeah,
we have not got one. I enjoyed this one too.
I like how it takes a different approach with the shark.
Well, if it wouldn't have been for that blonde bimbo down there, they wouldn't have knocked the columns over.
Well,
and stirred up all that dust and shit.
Well, you can blame Sylvester Stallone's daughter, because that's who it was.
He does have good-looking daughters. I will give him that.
He's got a good-looking wife too.
Yeah. Next is a movie I was not the biggest fan of, but I love Jon Voight, and he is the star of this movie.
He really is the star.
He really is. I love the way he acts. Just the way he looks in this movie is just.
I know, he's so creepy.
But he is such a great actor. I think his name should have been first over anybody else's.
I agree.
Because that he really brought it to the movie.
I know.
He makes the movie interesting, at least from my point of view. Because I was not a fan of this movie. But Anaconda.
I guess because he's not in it from the very beginning.
I'm not a big Jennifer Lopez fan.
No. Speaking of Jon Voight, there he is.
I love Jon Voight. He's hilarious. Ice Cube's a complete dumbass.
Yeah, but that's normal.
And we just watched this today. And this is such a great bear movie based on a true story.
Yes, it is.
Once again, this is coming out of Scream Factory. I don't know if you want to reiterate what this movie's about.
So it's about this couple who goes out and he is planning on proposing to this girl, which is right here. And then he's right here. And he remembers going to this park, you know, all the time, you know, but obviously before he met her, and then he wanted to take her up there and go over this beautiful, like, cliff with this beautiful lake and everything and propose there, which is a great gesture.
Yeah.
But he obviously gets lost because he hasn't been there in forever.
Yeah.
So, but the true story of this one is not a man proposing to a woman. They were already married, and then they come in contact with a bear.
Yeah.
And you can take a guess what happens.
It's a good movie, though.
It's a very good
Very
movie.
good movie. Do not sleep on that one.
Mm-mm.
And definitely don't sleep on this next one, because this movie's freaking hilarious. Just about as funny as Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping Warner Brothers would get their heads out their ass and give us European Vacation, but I guess they were too busy releasing trash.
Yep.
So
Well, we had to put this one in summer month because obviously he goes on.
vacation. And of course it's Chevy Chase Vacation.
Yes. And they go on vacation obviously during the summertime.
This is a hilarious movie.
Mm-hmm.
We need European Vacation.
Yes.
We need Vegas Vacation.
Yes.
Warner Brothers, give us something good. I mean, you gave us The Color Purple. Who the fuck wanted that? I sure wouldn't have fucked. Whoopi Goldberg's in that, so don't even get me started on that dumb bitch. I'm gonna move on before I get mad.
Yes.
Next is a funny movie about sex, bugs, and rock and roll, which this movie's funny, coming from the MTV days
Yeah, I had never seen this.
when MTV was actually cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now MTV is just fucking gay.
Mm-hmm.
Really is.
Yeah.
But starring, I done forgot his damn name.
So did I.
What the fuck's his name? Jerry O'Connell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a young Jerry O'Connell.
Very young.
But-
Because on the front cover it doesn't look like him.
But it's a movie about cockroaches who dance, sing, and help and build and all kinds of stuff. Joe's Apartment.
Joe's Apartment. See, it doesn't look like him.
You need to pick this movie up.
It's very
It is
funny.
freaking hilarious. If you like stupid, funny movies,
This is the movie
this
to
is
watch.
what you get, because you don't get funny movies anymore.
No.
There ain't a movie that comes out funny other than funny-looking people in it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I figured this was a movie that came out of the White House, but that would be a movie about stupidity.
Yes.
But there's probably some creatures lurking in there.
Yeah, probably.
There is a field over there.
Yeah, there is a field over there.
But The Munster, A24,
Very.
takes place in one location, but the daughter, I think she's a little bitch.
Yeah.
She won't give the mother, I mean the mother's a bitch too. They're both kind of bitches, so they both kind of need to meet in the middle,
And they don't.
and they don't. But they go out, they're on their way, and obviously they come across, they go on a back road, woods, monsters lurking in the woods.
Which most people don't use this road anymore because they use the highway.
And of course, monsters lurking back there, and you can take a guess of what happens.
And
It
that's
is.
definitely what it looks like.
It is a great movie, though.
It's a very great movie. Don't sleep on that one either.
Love this next movie. I'm a big Statham fan.
We both are.
I know a lot of people don't like this movie, but I know a lot of people overseas like this movie. But people in the U.S., well,
Well, they're retarded. I thought this was a great movie.
I thought it was too. I mean, well, if you are a U.S. citizen, you should enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And here's the back. I love the.
Yeah. And if you don't know, Walmart just re-released that.
Mm-hmm.
It's out in stores right now. We just seen it the other day.
We did.
It is pretty cool looking.
It looks really nice.
And the Saw steelbook looks really good.
Yeah,
Right in front of your face.
it did.
Yeah.
It looked really, really good.
I picked it up, put it back down. I actually didn't get it. I was thinking about it. I did want it, but I did not get it. But of course, you got Meg, and I did get 2 copies of Meg 2. I got the one with the dog because I like that one better.
And that's
but
a Blu-ray version.
That's the Blu-ray version that came from Walmart. This one actually came from Best Buy before they went out.
Yep.
Was the 4K of Meg 2.
We have not seen this one. So it's going to be interesting to watch this one and see, because obviously they go to the Marianas Trench in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm wondering, how do we get the Meg in this one? Don't tell us. Just tell us if you like it.
Next up is Kino Lorber, and yes, I participated in a Kino Lorber show when it came to this one.
Yes, he did.
I know this came out when the best came out, but at least this one didn't come out with garbage-looking picture, AI.
Yeah.
Of course, when you got an old geezer like fucking James Cameron looking over it. I gotta wonder, there's something. His
Something
vision.
wrong with him?
Well, I'm not a big fan of most of his movies. True Lies, I didn't really care for. The Abyss, I thought was boring. Titanic, when they all die at the end, I think was the best part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought. But we are getting a replacement disc.
Yes.
We have ours on our way. Of course, I did see Titanic twice in the movie. 2 different women. Yeah,
Before my time.
I was like that back in the day. But kind of still am now.
No, you're not. Because I'm your one and
I
only
done told
woman.
you.
I done told you I'm your one and only woman. You don't need nobody else.
You can talk about this one.
Leviathan. This movie, do not sleep on.
Yeah.
This movie is great.
It has the guy from RoboCop.
Yes. Right there. This movie is so good. It is obviously like a creature feature, but in the water.
It's good. Pick it up on the
Yes.
Kino Lorber's got a sale going on now.
Yes, they do. So
Yeah.
head on over there and go get some movies.
And we finally got to watch this. And yes, this is another Vinegar Syndrome. And I do own a lot of Vinegar Syndrome. I am not ashamed to admit that I do, because I am one of the biggest fans of them. They do such a great job.
They really do.
This transfer looked awesome on a movie that was hardly on any budget.
Yeah, when we actually watched this movie,
Oh my God.
it looked so horrible. Like before Vinegar Syndrome got it, it looked so horrible. I'm like, oh my God, what are we watching?
It looked bad.
It was so bad. I'm like, I can't believe we watched this type of movie back in the day, because that looked good back in the day.
Ticks. Might as well unbox it.
Yes. So this is one of their side loaders. But there's the back.
If you don't know, he's the guy that was in Ice Cream Man.
Yep. It doesn't look like it. So you pull this out like this. And Vinegar Syndrome. Nice little hard box set. And then
You got
slip cover in there as well. And yes, they're that big in this movie.
it's a very its movie's rather gross.
Yes. And then
Yeah, that's good.
disc art. And over here, that's Seth Green, y'all.
Oh, Seth Green.
Mm-hmm.
And Alfonso Ribeiro's in it, who was played in The Fresh Prince.
Yep.
He was like a gangster in this one, though.
Yeah, he was totally a gangster in this one. But he did a really good job.
He did a good job.
Don't sleep on this movie.
Yes.
This
You
is
can't
really
get this
good.
anymore.
No, you can get this.
You get the standard.
The standard without
But,
the slip. But
It's a good movie. You really need to do not stream it because it looks horrible.
yeah, that's actually how we first watched it.
But great movie. Do not sleep on it. Definitely pick it up. Next is we finally finished the last of our Universal Classic Monsters
Yeah, because
collection.
we only had one left.
We only had one left. I have to say this is one of my favorites of the collection.
Yeah.
Other than I'd probably say Frankenstein. I really enjoyed that one. But Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes, which is this one here. When we were at Walmart, we saw the
Steelbook.
steelbook of it, because they had that out a while ago, and man, that looked so good. Slipped right out. But this is the one we watched.
Such a great movie.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get more of these this year.
I know. I'm kind of sad that last year they didn't do it. I mean, they did that one really big one that had all of these in there. But I really hope they do another one, because we honestly really enjoy watching these older black and white films.
We do. Next up is another title we got from Walmart. She picked this one out, so I was kind of weary. But it actually wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good.
Yes. Well, we saw previews of this,
yeah.
and he couldn't remember that we saw previews of this.
What?
But it is No Way Up. It's about a plane crash that crashes into the ocean, and they go all the way down to the bottom. And obviously, people have died, which brings your sharks. And there are actually sharks in this movie.
Yeah. It's a really good movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
This was another good movie, too. They just released here a couple years back. And I remember seeing this when I was younger.
He actually introduced me to this one.
I thought this was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
A great cast, too.
Yes.
But,
a lot of good people in it.
Takes place in what? Louisiana.
Louisiana.
A lot of movies. One of my very dear friends that we love.
Yeah, we love you, David.
We lived in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Cotton Valley, Louisiana, actually.
Yes.
Right next to Shreveport.
Yes.
Venom. I'm going to have to ask him one day why all these fucked up movies come out of Louisiana.
You got this one. You've got Hatchet.
Victor Crowley, yeah.
Victor Crowley.
Do not sleep on Venom.
No.
Tell them what it's about.
So it's pretty much, obviously, in Louisiana, they have voodoo, which is Creole. It's an old, you know, I would say black magic type of a deal, but that's just the way Louisiana was back in the day, and kind of still is. They still perform voodoo down there and whatnot. And this woman, she is she does Creole, so she does the voodoo and everything, and she is trying to protect this town.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets in a car accident, and what she's protecting is from these two snakes that, like, all the bad, she was like the good voodoo person, I would say, not bad voodoo, good voodoo, and she takes like these souls of these demons or whatever and puts them into these snakes and has had them buried for so long. And well, they obviously get out, and so all this bad, every bad soul that got put into these snakes go into this person. He dies and goes on a killing spree.
Yeah. Very gory movie. The kills are excellent. Especially with the chain when he drags them. Oh man, that's cool as shit.
Oh yeah.
That is cool.
All the kills are so unique,
yes.
So different, which is really good.
I really enjoyed this next movie. We done watched this one. She was creeped out.
It was so creepy.
Because she don't like cockroaches, but she liked dancing cockroaches, singing cockroaches.
Well, because that was like comedic. This was not comedic. It was just like, I don't want anything to do with one this big.
But I will let her explain this movie also. This is coming from Scream.
From Scream. It's called The Nest.
Do a little review.
Yeah, so pretty much this movie, they're on an island, and they have this company who has paid the mayor to build like this whole like secret lab, and they've been doing things with these cockroaches because you can't really kill a cockroach, let's be honest. I mean, you could smush them and then they're dead and then you're good to go, but most of the time, I mean, they would probably survive like a huge bomb that would be left. Here's a bunch of freaking cockroaches on Earth. Like, these things are like, you guys know. So they are trying to experiment on these cockroaches, and they turn into these cockroaches, and then lots of cockroaches, and they pretty much take over and start killing people.
Eat your skin literally off the bone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, picture looked good. Sound looked good. I would definitely pick this up.
Yep. If you haven't picked it up, like, Scream Factory did such a good job on this movie.
If they ever do a 4K in this, I will own it.
Yep.
This one we had on Blu-ray. They re-released it on 4K. You know how that goes.
Yep.
Coming from Paramount. They're famous for that. Universal's famous for that.
Yeah, but this is a movie that was worth the upgrade.
Yeah, this movie was worth the upgrade. I was more worried about the dog. The people in the movie could have died. I could have cared less. Except for the father. Because the father was trying to save the dog.
Yes.
He always wanted to know where the dog was, but the dog's name was Sugar.
Sugar.
And I kept yelling to help Sugar the whole movie.
Yeah, he was. He's like, gotta help Sugar.
But the movie Crawl.
Such a great
Alligator movie.
alligator movie.
Takes place in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this could actually happen.
Yep. I really enjoy watching these alligator and crocodile movies and whatnot. I'm excited to get more of them into our collection because I believe Severin is putting out crocodile.
Mm-hmm. Save the last two for last. The first one is coming out of a great company based out of Australia.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of movies out, and they got a hell of a slate coming up for the next couple months.
They really do.
This movie, as soon as it got announced, I was like, damn, I got to get that movie. I was very excited for this movie. And we have two versions of this, actually.
Yes.
So, but this is Razorback. Such a great movie.
It was so good. Umbrella did such an amazing job.
The transfer was excellent.
Yeah.
Looking really, really good.
They need to put more of these out, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, Umbrella usually does a pretty good job when it comes to their movies.
They really do.
They're a small company. Don't sleep on them.
Mm-mm.
They put out Blood and Honey.
Yeah, they did.
Which I know a lot of people didn't like that movie, but I rather enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it very much.
Yeah. They got Blood and Honey too.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, it looks like they're going to get Late Night. Well, they do have Late Night with the Devil.
Yes.
They got a big collection coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty interesting.
It does.
So, excellent work coming from Umbrella. Next is our last movie of the month.
Mm-hmm.
The Shudder exclusive. Why we saved it, because it's kind of like Razorback. It's about a wild boar, and this one's about a wild boar also.
Yes.
Called Boar.
And this has the guy from Wolf Creek in it.
That is such a great movie. That is not a movie to sleep on.
No, definitely not.
I love that movie. I speak highly of that movie.
When you watch it, don't compare it to this one. This is its own original. Watch it. And then if you watch this one is just as good as this one.
Yeah.
Don't say it's like a copy or whatever. It's not. They're totally different.
This one has Nathan Jones in it too, which from WWE back in the day. I seen him, I'm like, he looks familiar. He's a beast.
Yes.
He's big. Like, I wouldn't even walk up to him. I'm like, screw that shit. I want him on my side.
He'd probably squish you to death.
Yeah, he would.
With his foot. Bam, you're gone.
Yeah. But that's our movies that we're going to be watching in the month of July. Let us know in the comments if these are any movies that you watch. Not necessarily in the month of July, but watch in general.
Or do you have a movie month like July? If there's a specific type of movie you watch during this month, let us know down below.
Yeah. But that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.
Bye.